Well, guys, the Democratic Party have overplayed their hands when it comes to the Epstein files. They were sitting on these files during the Biden administration and released nothing. They released nothing on President Trump, even though now all of a sudden, guys, they're acting like they actually care about the Epstein victims. Funny how that works, guys. Funny how that works. Now, we know that the Democrats actually put out a redacted email or testimony, I guess you could say, from a victim of Epstein that we know is Virginia Giuffre, who already said that President Trump did nothing wrong. Yeah, completely backfired, guys, but they put that out to smear President Trump. They were lying. They know that they actually lied on President Trump. They were trying to make people think that President Trump was some type of a creep. Well, folks, guess what? It definitely seems like Democrats really did like Jeffrey Epstein, because we got some bombshell news, guys. Bombshell news. Larry Summers, a Democrat who was in the Bill Clinton administration. And I still got questions about Bill Clinton and Epstein too, man. We know that Bill Clinton was on that plane a lot, went to the island also as well. Got questions about that. But anyway, Larry Summers, folks, oh boy, he is finding out right now, because this man kept in contact with Jeffrey Epstein up until the day before his arrest. Oh yeah, this is all backfired, folks, on him. So he's going to be stepping back now from public life. And boy, I believe the House is voting on whether or not actually to release all the Epstein files. I believe they should, because I think the Democrats have overplayed their hand. And by the way, a Democrat rep from the Virgin Islands was actually text messaging Epstein during a congressional hearing with Michael Cohen. And Epstein was Trump deranged, just like the Democrats. Yeah, folks, this whole thing is going to backfire big time now. And now Larry Summers, he's finding out. Let's get into it, guys. Here we go. Right over here, guys. Larry Summers steps back from public roles after House release of Epstein correspondence. Former Harvard president says he's deeply ashamed of continued communication with disgraced financier. I believe he's only upset that he got caught. But it says here, Larry Summers, the former president of Harvard University, has announced that he will step back from public commitments, according to the Ivy League college's student newspaper. In a statement released Monday to the Harvard Crimson, Summers said it was part of an effort to rebuild trust and repair relationships with the people closest to me. The announcement follows the release of 7 years worth of correspondence between Summers and the disgraced financier Jeffrey E. Epstein by the United States House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. Yeah, and that's picture right there of Larry Summers. The document showed the two men continued to exchange messages as late as July 5th, 2019, which was just one day before Epstein's arrest on new sex trafficking charges. In hundreds of messages released, Summers also appeared to place trust in Epstein and confided to him about his pursuit of a romantic relationship with a woman he describes as a mentee. And I believe that woman was like a Chinese communist, if I'm not mistaken. Among the released messages was one from November 2018, in which Epstein describes himself as Summers' wingman, as he continued advising Summers on the relationship for months. Wow. Quote, I am deeply ashamed of my actions and recognize the pain they have caused, Summers wrote in a statement to the Crimson. I take full responsibility for my misguided decision to continue communicating with Mr. Epstein, he added. Summers Summers holds several roles in his professional life. He is a senior fellow at the think tank Center for American Progress, a paid columnist with Bloomberg News, and a board member of OpenAI. Boy, all these people, man, around Epstein, including, by the way, I just saw this right here. Andrew now, he's not a prince anymore because King Charles stripped him of all of his titles because of Epstein. Yeah. But over here, man, look at this here. President Trump. Now, this is Charlie Kirk put this out on July 25th. President Trump said, you ought to be talking about Larry Summers or Bill Clinton. Listen to this.
Well, I don't want to talk about that. What I do want to say is that Todd is a great attorney, but you ought to be speaking about Larry Summers. You ought to be speaking about some of his friends that are hedge fund guys. They're all over the place. You ought to be speaking about Bill Clinton, who went to the island 28 times. I never went to the island.
Do you maintain you did not write a letter for Jeffrey Epstein's birthday?
I don't even know what they're talking about. Now, somebody could have written a letter and used my name, but that's happened a lot. All you have to do is take a look at the dossier, the fake dossier. Everything's fake with that administration. Everything's fake with the Democrats. Take a look at what they just found about the dossier. Everything is fake. They're a bunch of sick people. Where did you see the people laying outside?
Yeah. So we got more, guys. We got more. Look at this here. This is Larry Summers. He is trashing Trump for firing a crooked bureaucrat, calling him lawless. Larry just got caught up in the Epstein scandal. Whoops. So listen into this right here on ABC.
This morning, I guess this firing of the BLS commissioner goes in the category of shocking but not surprising.
Yeah, I mean, this is way beyond anything that Richard Nixon ever did. I'm surprised that other officials have not responded by resigning themselves, as took place when Richard Nixon fired people lawlessly. This is a preposterous charge. These numbers are put together by teams of literally hundreds of people following detailed procedures that are in manuals. There's no conceivable way that the head of the BLS could have manipulated this number. The numbers are in line with what we're seeing from all kinds of private sector sources. This is the stuff of democracies giving way to authoritarianism. Firing statisticians goes with threatening the heads of newspapers. It goes with launching assaults on universities. It goes with launching assaults on law firms that defend clients that the elected boss finds uncongenial. This is really scary stuff, and it can hardly be surprising that when the rule of law is a bit in question, that there's a big uncertainty premium in the markets that is operating to both make there be less investment, which slows the economy down, and also means there's less supply so that there's more inflationary pressure.
Wow. That is coming from Jeffrey Epstein's wingman, folks. The wingman of Jeffrey Epstein, guys. You can't make this up. Can't make this up. Nancy Mace put this out here. Notice how Democrats failed to bring up former Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman. Don't let them fool you. They don't care about the survivors of justice. They only care about their political games. Yeah. And now it's all completely backfired on them. It has now backfired on them completely. Folks, I really want to see all these Epstein files. Yeah, protect the victims. Yeah. But we need to see a bunch of names, guys, because this is huge right here. They've been trying to get Trump, and there is nothing. But now these Democrats, man, seem to be in cahoots with Jeffrey Epstein. They were in cahoots with him. This is going to blow up in their faces, guys. This is probably why the Democrats, when they were in control of everything, didn't release anything. Because when it comes to being in cahoots with Epstein, they were the ones that went in bed with Epstein. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.